Hi, in this explainer, we're going to be talking about VTAC's Special Entry Access Scheme, also called SEAS. After you've created a VTAC account and submitted your course selection, you have the option to submit a SEAS application. So what is SEAS? SEAS allows you to share information about experiences that have shaped your experience with education, including any disadvantages or life circumstances that may have impacted on your study. Having an out-of-home care experience is recognised by VTAC as something that can have an impact on your education and therefore your results. Let's chat about how SEAS works. There are 4 categories in SEAS. You can apply for one or more categories that are relevant to you, so long as you apply to each one for a different reason. Category 1 is called Personal Information and Location, and this includes things like being a mature age student, being a First Nations person, or living in a regional and remote area. Category 2 is Disadvantaged Financial Background, and this includes things like being on Centrelink benefits or experiencing financial hardship. Category 3 is Disability or Medical Condition, and Category 4 is Difficult Circumstances, and this includes out-of-home care. When you apply under SEAS, you need to provide information about your experience. This is called evidence. There are a few different ways of providing this for Category 4. You have the option to provide a letter from a government or community service organisation who supported you while you're in care. This letter needs to confirm that you were in care and needs to be signed by a professional. If you do provide this letter, you do not need to write an impact statement or supply a statement of support. If this isn't possible, you can still apply, but you'll need to write an impact statement and provide a letter of support. A letter of support can be from anyone who has known you for at least 12 months, is aware of your care experience, is aged 21 and over, and isn't related to you, and doesn't live with you. If you need to complete an impact statement, there's space on the SEAS application form to do so. First, the SEAS form asks for a brief timeline of events. We suggest including info like when you entered care and how long you spent in care, or how many placements you had. The second part of your impact statement focuses on the impact on your education. This will be limited to around 1,500 characters or approximately 200 words. You could talk about things like moving schools, gaps in learning, leaving school early, and difficulty completing schoolwork due to your situation. We suggest using a Word document to write this before copying it over to your SEAS application. Once you've answered a few basic questions about your care experience and have submitted your evidence, you have completed your SEAS application. You'll be sent an email acknowledging that your application's been received, including a receipt showing the contents of your application. If you have questions or you're unsure, VTAC have lots of resources and information on their website. You can also reach out to us at Raising Expectations anytime for more support.